Laurie, Greg here. We were about to do a video about having fun with our kids at home, our pets at home. And then I was talking to my business partner, Coach Kelly, about I'm not having fun. And she has been so generous to help me figure out how to have fun. And then, of course, we've got the aid of all the angels. So I believe Metatron will be the angel coming in to help me and help Kelly. But Kelly is actually, they're both working on me. And at first I was like, oh, do I really want to do this in front of everybody? Then I thought, I bet a lot of people are in my same shoes. Are we really having fun? I know I appear to be having fun, but I'm not. So, Kelly, I am so thankful for your help with this.
Well, we haven't done it yet, so we'll see if we actually post this video or not.
Okay.
But I really do want to help you, Laurie, because I really want you to have fun when we do these videos. And it's so appropriate to what we're doing now because so many people are not having fun when they're sheltering at home. And you can have fun sheltering at home. So that's why we're going to do this. We're going to help everyone, including Laurie. So Laurie, tell me, when you, let's use doing the videos as an example. When you do a video and you feel like you're not having fun, why not?
With the videos and with almost everything else, I really want to make sure I do it right. Do it right.
So because
and that gets in the way.
So because you really want to do it right, you're so focused on doing it right that it's not fun. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So what would happen if you didn't do it right?
Good question. You know, probably no one would notice except me. You know, nothing would happen.
Well, what are you afraid would happen? Or what would the worst thing that could happen be?
People wouldn't like me. People would not respect me. I know it sounds silly, but I know that deep down, that's what's really going on.
Okay. So you're worried about not getting validation or approval from other people, that they will withdraw that. Is that right?
You hit the nail on the head. It's really more the validation. Kind of validation and respect is what I'm longing for.
Okay.
Liking is, that's just the icing on top, you know.
Okay. So validation and respect.
Yes.
So what if you could get the validation and respect that you want from inside yourself and not need it from anyone else? Then what would having fun look like for you?
That's the tricky part. I know it's got to come from within. And I just haven't seemed to tap into that yet. I mean, it would be fabulous. I can't wait to discover it. And I don't know why, with all of this self-development I do and everything, I still haven't tapped into that fun, playful part that I so desire.
Well, it's perfectly understandable that you can't tap into a fun, playful part if you're concerned about whether other people are respecting you and validating you or not. So what I'm asking is, if you could have that respect and validation, if you could give it to yourself, how would that transform your ability to have fun?
I see that could change my entire world. Because, you know, how do you know how other humans are going to respond? Because we all know it kind of comes from their inner world anyway. And it will change my life to tap into this.
Very cool. So if you could get it from inside and not need it from anyone else, anywhere else. It would change your entire world. And can I take a leap and say you'd be able to have fun doing videos?
Yes, yes.
Right.
I would love that. I
Good.
have to say, Kelly, a little earlier, she said, "What's your favorite drink?" And I was like, "Champagne." And that was the best coaching ever. She's like, "Go get some." So I did. And I'd like to discover it within where I don't need the champagne too. So.
Right. Can you just repeat that, Laurie? Because there's a lot of people on the internet today, and you just kind of bleeped out. So what did you just say about the champagne?
You asked me what was my favorite drink, and I said champagne. You instructed me to go get some. So I had it right there on my shelf. So I went and got some. It was not chilled, so I put the ice cubes in, and it is yummy and delicious. And, I want to feel like I have a glass of champagne in my hands at all time, because usually you are celebrating when you have a glass of champagne in your hands.
See, I'm a fun coach. I tell people to go get a drink.
Yes,
Okay.
you did. Yes.
So I'm really not telling people to go get a drink. But Laurie, for her, it helps her relax a little bit. Okay, so let's take a look at, if that's okay with you, Laurie, let's take a look at how you can tap inside and find that validation from within inside, so that you don't care what anybody thinks, so that you can just have fun.
Great. Great.
All right.
Cheers.
Okay. So I'd like you to think of a time in your life when you felt fabulous about yourself. Think of a time when you actually did feel that way, like the world was your oyster. You knew you were fabulous, and it didn't matter what anybody else thought. You knew that you were great, and you were so proud of yourself. Think of a time and share it with us, if you would, please.
I'm almost embarrassed to share, but this is the first thing that popped into my mind. Was way, way back in Louisiana, and I was in a silly beauty contest. And I won the beauty contest, but it wasn't that. It was that my mom and dad were in the audience. And mom and dad, especially dad, saw me win the contest and have the crown put on. And, I got most photogenic and all this stuff. And I was just like, yippee, because I think my parents were there to watch. And that made me feel like $1 million. My parents and my best friend were right there in the audience. So yeah, something that's
what
silly.
I'd like you to do is pull that feeling up, if you would. Just really feel that for a moment, what you just described. Feel what that feels like. And let me know when you're there.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, good. So now, what I'd like you to do is see if you can take your parents and your best friend out of the picture and still keep that feeling, but keep that feeling because you feel that way, proud, respectful.
It's funny, taking my dad out of the picture was the hardest part, because of course I loved that he was the witness. So does that mean I'm looking for all of this from everybody else, which we know how that works,
There's nothing wrong with enjoying it when someone's proud, someone else that you love is proud of you. But right now, what we're trying to do is help you create that for yourself. Like maybe be able to take yourself out of yourself for a moment and look at yourself. And as you be proud of yourself for all of the work you put into it and the effort you did, and for all the reasons that you were glad they were proud of you, be proud of yourself. I would like you to try and transfer that to just you and see if you can do it. It's okay if you can't.
I can, because the thing is, I'm thinking everybody who helped me with that, my best friend for one, my aunt for two, so many people helped me get prepped for this competition. But you're right, I was the one on stage having to walk properly, you know, and carry it off. Yes, my dad would have looked really silly in that dress. So yes, I could certainly take him out of that, you know. So yes, okay, I can feel it right in my solar plexus. Yes.
Awesome, great. So just anchor that feeling there. Feel what that feels like. Notice that it's you that is able to be proud of you with no one else. And it's okay, but right now for this, we're trying to anchor it for you. Because the truth is that everybody else all around you, no matter who they are, how much you love them or how much you don't, they're never all gonna approve of you. And they're never going to agree on it. And it's really more about them. Whatever they think or feel about you is about them and where they come from and their beliefs. And it doesn't say anything about you. You are the only person in the entire world that knows you 100% and gets you. You are the best person on the planet to approve of yourself. And when you can do that, you can relax and you can have fun with other people, but not worry so much that they will approve or disapprove of you. So what I'd like you to do next, if you're willing, is imagine you're staring into the camera doing a video.
Okay.
And I want you to feel that feeling in your solar plexus, that confidence, that pride in yourself, that validation, that ability to validate yourself and know you're awesome, because you are awesome, Laurie.
Thank you.
But anyway, don't take my word for it. Anchor that while you're looking in the camera and tell me when you're there.
It's funny. It's like just picture putting that crown on myself every day.
What a great visual. What a great visual for this. Putting a crown on yourself.
That's what I'll do. I have some crowns downstairs. I'll just get the crowns and put them on myself. Don't let me start
Next video,
shooting.
Laurie will be wearing a crown.
No, I don't know about that, but you know, I can actually put a crown on, you know. Everybody go to the dollar store and get yourself a crown, you know.
Right.
So.
Okay, so I know you already called Metatron in earlier before we started rolling the camera, and Metatron did. So Metatron,
yeah.
Can you look and see if there is anything that you can see that might block Laurie or prevent Laurie from doing this and being in touch with that self-validation and putting the crown on it, and let us know what it is?
He's saying, of course, I know her insides. And he's saying, Laurie, let go of that notion that you're going to prove yourself. He says, you've been on that roller coaster for so long. Proving yourself. Do you really care? He's going, I know you do care. But come on, we're talking about proving yourself to a bunch of humans. Just like Kellie just said, humans are responding to you from their own inner thoughts, not from anything that you do or say. Give up proving yourself. Give up doing everything right. Nobody's going to notice it anyway. He's actually telling me to like wiggle around and like have some freedom about myself instead of getting it right and proving myself and all of that. I
Right.
get it. Let's make sure I do it, you know?
So sometimes it's really helpful to have a physical representation of letting go of something. Sometimes people stand up and step over a line. Like if anybody wants to try this at home, you can draw a line across the floor, and one side is needing to prove yourself and the other side isn't. And then when you're ready, you step across the line. Laurie, let's come up with something else, because it's kind of hard for you to stand up and step over a line on camera. How about if you imagine you have a balloon, a helium balloon? Tell me if this doesn't resonate for you. And
No, I can imagine that easily.
Okay, good. So inside the balloon, I want you to put proving yourself inside the balloon. Like just take all of that need to prove yourself, put it inside of the balloon. And then you've got it on a string. Get a pair of scissors, cut the string mentally, and imagine that balloon just sailing off.
It's funny, the proving myself, it makes me feel tired and drained, which, you know, is what I always say. I want to get the scissors and go, really let it go. You know?
All right, see, you're having fun already. I can tell you.
Yes, yes.
Good.
But yes, I can certainly let it fly off to a better place.
Good. Good. So do it. Cut the string.
Okay. Okay.
And let it fly away.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I do feel the tightness in my shoulders, like letting go.
Yay! That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. And don't lose that feeling inside of being wonderful and validating yourself that you get when you put the crown on. Keep that. Let go of the needing to prove yourself. Now kind of wiggle your shoulders and wiggle your body a little and loosen up.
Okay.
Are we having fun yet?
I'm having a lot more fun. I'm thinking, what is my teenage son going to say as I walk around the house with that crown on? Of course, who cares? He knows how I am.
That's right. That's right. Who cares?
Yes. Who cares?
Okay.
Who cares?
Anything else that you want to say, Metatron, that would be helpful?
He's saying you humans as a whole. And he says, and Laurie, this is you too. You always are making an effort to present yourself in a happy way, in a happy state of being when you're not truly there. And he's like, he's going, Laurie, no more fake smiles. That's just a cover up and you playing your game. And he's saying, so many humans do that. He's like, I'm telling Laurie, I'm telling everyone to let it all hang out, as long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting others. Just be real. He's going, be real, no matter how ugly it seems to be. He says, you will feel so much better by being real. I'm not saying be yourself, because half of yourselves are liars. He said, yeah, I said that. That did make me giggle.
Glad I didn't say that.
He said, half of you are liars and you're presenting yourselves the way you think everybody else wants you to be. He's saying, Laurie, you're not rescuing the world. Laurie, you're not rescuing humanity, and you never have to prove yourself. Stop it. That's what I'm picturing myself with the crown. I know I can't drink champagne all the time, but for now, thank you guys. Thank you. I
Well,
think I will be able to, the more I practice it, I think the more you practice, then you automatically get it.
that's absolutely the truth. One of the things that has people fail is they think they do it once and then it should all be transformed forever. It's hard work, people. It really is. I've done it on myself. I still do it. Every single time you catch yourself looking for someone else's approval, you have to stop and remember and pull in the feeling and know that that's about them and not about you, and just relax. You have to go through the whole thing again. But it gets easier and easier and easier the more you practice it. You need to be committed to practicing it. I did want to say one other thing that I think is really important to bounce off of what Metatron said, which is I was told, I did a personal growth thing when I was 19 decades ago. And I never forgot one thing they said, which was when people are real and they really are themselves, and I'm going to use the word real because Metatron did, they're more likable anyway. And I never forgot that. And I've noticed throughout my whole life that the more fake someone is, the less likable they are. And the more real they are, no matter what their personality is, the more likable they are. So that's the irony of it all. The more you don't care about what people think about you, the more likable you are. And the more they'll validate you. So that's the last thing I want to say. And then we should probably wrap up. Anything else you want to say, Laurie?
No, thank you. Thank you. Once again, cheers to you and Metatron. Thank you, Kelly.
Absolutely. And thank you, Metatron. And Laurie, thank you for being willing to be vulnerable in front of the camera. I know that took a lot of guts, so thank you for that. And we will be doing a video very shortly on how to have fun at home during shelter at home with your kids and your pets. All right. See you later.
Yes. Bye-bye. Thank you.